Hello, my fellow Shogun 2 players. Zaript here, with a 4v4 battle on Hidden Mountains. And this one had a very special rules. So, it's Sprint, Maju, me and Red Warrior against Pointman, Infinitum, Prussian Prince and Killerfish. And rules were: classical battles, Hojo against Mori, no special units, and 5k. Not only that, one player in each team can take nothing but cavalry, while 3 remaining players can't take cavalry at all. So for our team, for Hojo, we have Majutsu with cavalry, and for Mori we have Killerfish. Killerfish decided to go with a bunch of light cavalry units and 2 bow cavalry, while Majutsu went with combination of light cavalry, Yari cavalry, and I think he got some katana cavalry, one at least. Now, for remaining players, we have, for me, it's 3 Naginata with 2 Matchlock Samurai and 2 Yari Ashigaru, rank 2, for some morale advantage. Here we have Red Warrior with 2 Yari Ashigaru, I think, 1 Benkei Blades, I think, for hold firm, and 3 Naginata War Monks, I think. Indeed, 3. On our right flank we have Sprint with 1 Matchlock Samurai, 2 Nodachi. Where is the second one? Yeah, 2 Nodachi, 1 Naginata War Monks, and 2 Yari Ashigaru, I think. All generals are... Oh, no. He actually have Ujiyasu general. I went with the stock one because it's, cheaper. And you practically get no advantage for taking this general. Not worth it. Now for Mori we have Prussian Prince with Naginata War Monk spam. I think he have 5. We have... we have, I think, Infinitum with 2 Matchlock Samurai and 3 Yari Samurai with some upgrades. And Pointman has insane, like 10 Yari Ashigaru army. I don't really know how much exactly, with 3 Matchlock Ashigaru. So while skirmishing will be starting in this forest, let me explain why we went with these rules. Originally, well, I hoped it would be original. It was my idea, sort of copying that announcement of Total War Arena. And if you don't know about it, Total War Arena would be free to play Total War game, where you would be controlling only small portion of an army. Some skirmishing going on here. I got this winning forest position, and this monk, it's my Nagi-sam, but in the end this Naginata War Monks of Red Warrior would be very vulnerable to this bow cav. Coming back to Total War Arena, it would be 10 versus 10 battles, with each man controlling only 3 units with each player. And that got me this idea, but according to Pointman, this was used in a Total War community for a long time now. When you basically have one army, it's not that big of a force, and each player control small portion of it, and the roles are split. So as you can see again, someone controls all cavalry, one man control one flank, one man control middle, and other one controls left flank. And even so, it a bit limits your possibilities, because, well, it's a bit easier to micro only. Basically, what do I have here? For 7 units, right? It's a bit easier than controlling full force. But here, additional level of complexity coming into game, and you can witness it here. If I want to attack, I want to send my cavalry to screw up these matchlocks and move my infantry right after it. But because I don't have cavalry and I'm not in control, I'm forced to rely on Maju to pick a right timing, attack, and then I will follow. Communication suddenly becomes essential part of a game, and it is It is already essential to communicate in team battles for success. But here it even more so. Because you're limited in your possibilities. You can't do anything without your teammates. Well, without cavalry you can't really properly attack. And here we launch all-in attack on this flank, while on his flank Sprint just tries to keep stuff busy. And the moment Sprint sees that all these forces try to shift and help this fight, where Prussian Prince and Pointman trying to hold out our forces, Sprint decides to go in because it's easier now, and he don't want us to be overwhelmed. We're attacking uphill here. I'm sending my general, trying to keep my Naginata Samurai in game. We have a bit more quality on our side, but we definitely have less quantity. And I should say it was cool. Like it's still very difficult to comprehend what's happening, but team battles interesting in general, just because it's, well, first of all, it is less stressful. In 1v1 you in control of everything and you're responsible for everything. In team battles it's a bit easier mentally because, well, if you lose you both lose, so you have someone to share your loss with. But other part of team battles which I like is that communication. Like you can't really win and do properly unless you speak with someone. And when you speak with your teammates, when you kind of create a plan which you both follow, you may notice how different it is actually your view of a game. And you yourself would be enriched with additional viewpoint on a game. And not only by replay analysis, but you will be hearing it firsthand. And in this scenario, it's like amplified like hundreds of times, because now you have to take different roles. You need coordinator for what you do. You need to come with a plan together. And here you see with same mons, I can't, like, I may want this Nadachi to actually charge downhill against this Matchlocks, not go here, but I can't tell Sprint, send that Nadachi. Which Nadachi? Like, it becomes such a difficult part of a game. It's really almost like coordinating the real army. And, well, I already told it, but I want to iterate over it again. It's essential that you split roles, because now I don't have enough tool to succeed on my flank. Because without cavalry there is no proper attack. Well, unless I somehow force my opponent to attack me. And, well, due to quality advantage, it was all our cavalry practically, monks of Red Warrior, my Nagi-Sam, against Prussian Prince, and spears of Pointman. And at this point, Killerfish didn't have much space to maneuver and hit us, because there basically were only Naginatas and swords, no swords. I think on the whole field only 2 swords is 2 Nodachis of Sprint, yeah. And just because our opponents, Mori clan, invested so much in Matchlocks, they have 3 here, 3 here, and 1 here, 7 Matchlocks. We got such a huge infantry advantage. And since 3 Matchlocks were pointing this way, facing only 1 player, Sprint, we got easier time here. And this Yari Ashigaru got war cry, they got penalty from being shoot from a back, friendly fire penalty. So we did overcome somehow here. But in the end, it's so difficult. Because obviously you can't control everything at the same time. And in the end, Killerfish had more cavalry left, obviously, than Maju. Just because he had more cavalry, it was just more in numbers. And Maju really committed a lot to just start this attack. And you see this box. There were this first defensive line. Then we pushed it. Here's the second line. Here attack of Sprint started. Man, these bodies can tell us a story. Here I sent almost suicidal charge of my general because they have more matchlocks than us, and we need to get rid of these matchlocks because we have no cavalry left except for my general, and I think I don't know. No, all remaining generals in our team are on foot from stand and fight. So it would be problematic to deal at the same time with bow cavalry and 4 matchlocks. And like we could have been kited to death here. But we will see. We will see. Just because I still have general on horses, I'm running it around, and I actually don't remember how we dealt with left matchlocks. But yeah, coming back to this, to the rule set. I'm not sure about it, but I feel like it would be cool to add even more role splitting. Okay, we have one man in control of cavalry, but wouldn't it be cool to somehow... how should I... Oh, I'm sorry. Somehow this unit got caught. I wonder how. By Yara Shigaru. So yeah, 2 remaining matchlocks and 2 bow cavalry. And here it is my general trying to go from a side to charge this matchlock samurai. And Maju was like, no, don't charge that matchlock. Which matchlock? I don't know. But apparently I was right not to charge this matchlock. And yeah, it might have been getting a volley because it was facing my direction. And this one was shooting here. So and here I will be making a mistake. Sending my quite slow Naginata samurai, which is good against arrows, but not that good against bullets. And I wonder if we can find better rules. Like, it's just a testing game, there would be second one after this. And I wonder if we can find a better rules, like exact for general space window, to distinguish middle and 2 flanks. Like, for example, maybe some rule for heavy and light infantry, maybe some rule for matchlocks. I don't know, I don't really want to create too many restrictions, but I want people to rely on each other. That's the whole point of such a limiting. And like, honestly, I think at this point, even with 5k, it was quite overwhelming. I think on medium funds it would be absolutely impossible to control. So yeah, I guess these battles should be 5k. I want to show you final stats to explain my point about splitting roles more. Because we took for our team, for infantry, we took relatively balanced compositions. So each of me, Red Warrior and Sprint, we took some matchlocks, well, except for Red Warrior. See, I took couple of matchlocks, couple of protection and mid shields, and heavy infantry. Sprint, 1 matchlock. Let's call it, it's not heavy infantry, but expensive infantry. Again, couple of sort of mid shield, spear wall protection. Okay, Maju, obviously cavalry, but relatively balanced again, I would say, but he prefers heavier cavalry. Red Warrior, Nagi monks. Well, this is more or less rush build, but again, with some mid shield. But what do we see for Mori? And I like it much more. Pointman took 4 matchlocks, as you can see, and a lot of Ashigaru, so meaty contingent. Infinitum took kiting contingent, actually not 2, 3 matchlocks, 3 Yari samurai with rapid advance, so more mobile contingent. Prussian prince, rush contingent with Naginata warrior monks. And what good about it is diversity. Like, each of them have a role. So if they need a mid shield to start an attack, they would need pointman. Like, if they want quality matchlock advantage, they would need infinitum. And if they want to break some flank, if they want to go offensive, they really need Russian Prince to do that. And I like it. I like it a bit, maybe even more than what we did. Because honestly, me, Sprint, and Red Warrior, we were kinda only relying on Majutsu and not so much on each other. On the other hand, I don't really want specific rules which would really limit players' imagination. Like, it actually wouldn't be that interesting, maybe. I don't know. It's not tested that much. And what? Well, Killifish. So you can see their plan, right? Quite a defensive formation with bow cavalry forcing us to attack, which worked. We attacked uphill. And man, guys, this was fun. It was very enjoyable, I should say. I loved this game. And I hope we will do it again sometime. Second game would be actually live commentary. It was recorded live. It would be uploaded right after this one. And if you have maybe some suggestions about the rules, well, I would be glad if you share with us, because I can't really come up with something. I can imagine different kind of rules for this, but nothing that really would work. And if you have experience with previous Total War titles with such rules, maybe you can share your experience. Would be interesting to know. Maybe we will even hold a tournament like this one day. But really, to play like this, you need a voice chat. You need every player to have microphone, and then use Mumble, TeamSpeak, or maybe Raid Call, or maybe Steam voice chat, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's very important to have someone who would be calling attack or defense. Okay, I guess that's all I have to tell about this battle for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you later on my channel. See you!